Hi ladies, Amanda here from the Branding Babe community. Welcome to lesson 4 of Branding Your Client Experience. This week is a fun one because I get to do what I do well and show you a little design tutorial. We're going to be working mostly in Canva today and HoneyBook a little bit, and I'm going to start off by telling you a little bit of information before we even get into designing. So this week's lesson is focusing on designing guides for clients to help them learn more about you and your experience and your process and prices, but also what to talk about on a discovery call and how we get clients prepared for that call. And the client guides are a big part of that. So I have a couple things I want to talk about before we get into things. So before your clients book a discovery call with you, we need to know a little bit of information about them. First things we need to know is we need to know a little bit about who they are, what they do, what their background is, so we can get to know them on a personal level. And then we also want to know why they're reaching out to us, what they want to gain and achieve from working with us. And we also want to know a little bit about their budget and price range, and we can be smart about the questions we're asking. And this is all done through email communication. We want to understand what their investment range is like, if they're wanting to work with us long term, short term, so we can get an idea and be prepared for that discovery call. What do they need to know about us before we begin? They need to know who we are, what we do, and they need to know our why. They need to know why we started our business, why we got into it into the first place, what keeps us excited. So this is where a lot of that personal branding information comes in about you, and that's why we make these client guides. The client guides are to educate our clients about the experience of working with us, what our process is like, what our booking systems are like, how our photo shoots go, how our services happen, how payment happens. The guides are really to educate clients from step 1 of interacting with you all the way through to the final step where they get the finished product. That's what we're going to be focusing on today. And we want to make sure our clients have those guides and have got a chance to peek through them through email before we even begin our discovery calls. So the purpose of the discovery calls, if you haven't already given away too much information, is to really solidify whether you're a good fit for your client, to really hear their voice on the phone, to gauge if they're really interested in working with you, and also to understand the details and vision and scope of their project. Can you really give them all it is they're asking for? Are you a good fit? So talking a bit more in detail about your services, explaining obviously the complexities of your pricing system, however complex it is, and matching them with the right package or service. And then closing the deal, obviously. So matching with them with that service, and then following through with the education process and explaining how booking works, and hoping that they actually follow through and book you. So today I'm going to show you how to design an amazing client guide using Canva. It's very easy and simple to use. They have tons of templates already available. So we're going to go ahead and get into that, and hopefully by the end of the lesson you're prepared to go ahead and create your own. All right, I'll see you guys on the other side. Okay, ladies, let's go ahead and get started. If you haven't already, log into your Canva account or go ahead and create one and come to this home page. As you can see, I make so many things for my business in here. Like, it's out of control. I make social media posts, I make graphics, I make client guides, advertisements, all sorts of things for different projects. I do a lot in Canva just because it's quick and easy, even though I do have access to Illustrator and I do use that for more serious projects. I often come to Canva to do quick things that I can transfer between my phone and computer very easily. So Canva is also an app on your phone. You can actually design these things to your phone, even though I don't recommend always doing that. You have access to both, which is awesome. So I'm going to show you two things. I'm going to show you my client pricing guide just as an example, and then I'm going to show you how to make your own from scratch. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up my photography pricing so you can get a peek. Yes, all of you are going to get to see my pricing today. That should be exciting. We'll give it a second to load. Hang on in there. All right, here we go. Sorry, this is a big document and there's lots of pictures, so that's why it's just taking a moment. I actually did start with a template in Canva for designing this, and I customized a lot of it so it doesn't look a whole lot like what I started with. I just used it as a jumping off point. But I'm just going to scroll through here to show you kind of the different sections I have and how I go about designing these for clients. Okay, so I just have an introduction page. I've got some cute pictures of a diverse amount of my clients on here. I scroll through. And so this is actually, when it's exported, these pages are next to each other. So it's a picture of me, and then it has a section about me. So I have a little welcome message. I explain a little bit about my portraits are like and why I love working with people. Again, these are matched with each other, these two pages. So I have client pictures next to every single description page that I have. I like to keep things very visual, very colorful, just to keep the eye interested. So I have a little bit about my personal brand photography experience. Some of this is already on my website, but I like to reiterate just in case people have missed things. So this discusses what every single session includes. Despite the different specifics about each session, each one will include all of these things. And then I get into my services and I get into the descriptions of each one. So I give kind of like an ideal scenario of like what type of client would be good for this package. And then I describe what the session includes and what the fee of the session is, as well as what payment plans are available. And then I have the next service offered as well. My quarterly subscription, discuss who it's a good fit for, what the session includes, and then what the fees are. And I do this for each of my different sessions. And then if I scroll to the bottom, we get info on the booking process. All right, so what do we need to book? What steps do you need to take? You need to do your discovery call. You review a customized proposal that I send through HoneyBook, and then pay your retainer. And that is how your shoot ends up getting on the schedule. So if clients have seen this before they've actually booked with me or done the discovery call, then they understand the process of actually locking their date on the calendar. And of course, I end with a little bit of get in touch information. So if somebody needs to call, discuss with me about things, they can write me an email, go back to the website. And I'm actually working on this a little more and changing it up after the last couple of lessons we've done as well. I've been working on my creative copywriting. So I'll probably be importing more info into this as we go along as well. And I might even share the new version with you guys in the Branding Babe community and let you tell me what you think. But this is just an example. I'm going to go back to the Canva homepage. So there are quite a few different options in Canva to start with. They have a print section you can go into, obviously lots of different graphics and everything. It's always good to check out the dimensions for the projects before you start. So what we're going for is an 8.5 by 11, a standard sheet of paper size. So if you do decide you want to print out any of your client guides or booklets, you can always have them physical for people to look at. And if you do want to do a custom size of something else, that's totally up to you. But I'm going to go with the standard 8.5 by 11. And they do have a couple different options for templates we can start with. So there's a report, a marketing proposal, and a media kit. I'm going to go ahead and select the media kit just because I feel like the templates are going to be cuter, but we'll actually find out what they look like in just a second. So I'm going to go ahead and just do an example with my branding for you. So you can see what it'll look like with all my colors and my images. And then you'll be able to do the same thing for yours. All right, so all of these templates are popping up here on the sidebar. There's a lot of different options, and you'll see that these are the cover pages for each of the templates, but that when you hover over them, you'll realize there's a second page to the template. For this one, there's a second page. There's two for that one. Okay, there's two for a lot of these. So let's see if they have any more. 1, 2. So, okay, so this one has 10 pages. So you might want to go with one that has a couple more pages as an offering, just so there's more layouts to work with. So I'm actually going to go ahead and I think go ahead and just pick one of these to start so I can show you an example. And if you click on it, it'll show you all the different page layouts. So if we go here, this is our workspace. As you can see, it's empty right now. We only have one page. we're gonna start adding pages. So if I want the cover page, I'm literally just gonna drag and I'm gonna drop it, and there it is. And now if I wanna add more pages, I'm gonna go ahead and click add new page, and I'm gonna continue to do this. I'm gonna come up with the layout and structure I want for my guide, and then continue to work with it. Let's see. It's taking a hot minute. Oh boy. Okay, all right. We've added a couple more pages in. And same thing goes for these. You pick the template page you want and you literally just drag and drop. And I'm gonna do, let's do a couple more just so you can see. So I'm gonna go ahead and design 3 pages with you guys just so you can see my process and see how I edit everything in here. I don't know why this is being funky, but I'm just gonna go ahead and refresh it by dropping this on top of it again. There we go. Awesome, okay. So let's look into the workspace a little bit more. Up here, this is all the information about sharing your document, downloading it, exporting it, all that good stuff. So this is where you name your document. So I'm just gonna call this Client Experience Guide. And then it should automatically save. And by the way, everything in Canva automatically saves while you're working. So there's never any point in time where you will have to press save. And this will give you all your export options. So download, share link, present, all this good stuff. So if you hit download, it'll show you all the different options for downloading. If you're not a premium member, there's certain things you can't do, so just be aware of that. I'm not a premium member myself, and I've used Canva just fine, so you can definitely get away with it. But when you're ready to export, you can export as a PDF, and that can be what you upload to your website or send to your clients. I am going to scroll over here, and I'm going to show you some other sections of the workspace. So after you're done picking out your template pages, Canva does have a photo library you can pull from. I don't necessarily recommend pulling from anything they have unless you need it. If you're a photographer in the group, you can definitely use your own images, but if you own a different type of business, say you're a yoga instructor, fitness instructor, massage therapist, makeup artist, you can totally pull from any of Canva's free images, and you can actually pay for some of their images as well if there are certain stock images you would like to upgrade to include in your documents. Those are all options. But to upload your own, you literally just go to Uploads, and you can drag and drop from any folder on your computer right into here. So that's one way to do it, or you can simply click Upload an image or video and find the folder with the image or video you want to upload, and it'll show up in here. So I have lots of images already in here, so lots to work with. I'm just gonna pull a random image for you guys just to see. So I'm gonna pull this cute one of Hannah here, and to insert it into this image here, I'm again literally going to drag, and I'm going to hover over the image and just drop it, and it will automatically just insert itself. Let's see, same thing for this picture. So this is like a longer one. I'm just gonna use all pictures of Hannah today because she's hella cute, and I'm gonna drop that in there. And to resize it, you double click, and you can scroll, and this, scroll up and down. This changes the crop of it. But to actually change the size of the image, you'll see that you can pull from diagonal, you can pull up and down, you can adjust the shape as much as you want. And if you don't like it, just undo, Command Z, or press the undo button up here in the corner. I'm just gonna go ahead and leave that though for now. So entering images is super easy, as you can see. If there's another image you want to enter and there's no photo box for it, you can literally just click on the picture, give it a second, and it will pop up on your screen. And then again, to resize, you can drag. And I'm gonna go ahead and make her a little smaller, put it into more of a square, and just pull her up here over this Note Buzz little section if I can, and center it in this yellow box. So now Hannah's image is also there, super cute. So that's how you add images. Very easy to do. If you want to change your backgrounds, you can. Background colors you can easily change as well, same sort of thing. Click, drag and drop, all that good stuff. So I just clicked on one of my brand colors and it added it to the page. So same thing here, I'm just gonna click on it. It's gonna make it the background, click, make it the background. So you'll see that my brand colors have popped up here. Up in this corner, if you click on the little color box, it'll show you the brand colors I've already established. And it is good to use 3, like I said, in other videos. Be consistent with your colors. If you don't already have like a brand color scheme or brand fonts, please go ahead and start thinking about it. It's good to limit yourself to 3 colors or fonts max, just to be safe. So I use these 3 colors regularly, and I use 3 fonts pretty regularly, and sometimes just 2. One for a headline and one for body text, and then I can make it bold or unbold and change the colors. So I'm gonna go ahead and actually change the colors here. I'm gonna go ahead and make this pink, because, no, hang on, not the background pink, I want this yellow box, there we go. And to change the color here, again, I'm gonna go up to the color box and adjust it. And I'm just gonna change the color of this as well. I don't need that little icon, it's not me, it's got nothing to do with my business, but I'm just showing you. And the same thing, I can adjust these bars, I can add the pink, which is cute. Really cute, I actually like this is pretty adorable. I can add, okay, again, I don't want the background to do the color thing, but I would like, okay, that's why it's changing, is because I'm in the background thing and being silly. But I'm gonna click here, just click on the item and click on the color box. I don't know if I want to do pink everywhere. I'm gonna do blue here. I'm gonna do blue there. Be a little different. And I'm gonna leave pink as the accent item. Cute. Cute, cute, cute. I'm gonna make this blue. I'm gonna go ahead and make this one pink. I'm just changing it up, just adding my brand colors in different areas. And I might go ahead and make these blue too, just to, again, clicked it in the background thing. I'm gonna get out of here so I don't mess myself up anymore. But I'm gonna go ahead and make this box blue. Let's see, awesome. All right, that was fun. Okay, so then I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna start changing text. What am I gonna call this? Branding Babe. Obviously I'd add my logo in here instead. Client Experience Guide. Ignore my typing and if anything's spelled wrong, because I'm trying to be fast. Okay, there we go. Okay, let's say I make this blue. I like to make my titles blue, and I do often just keep everything else kind of black or pink as a subheader. So again, I might just do prepared by in blue. I can just select that and then click on the font color here and make that blue. All right, and same thing goes to change your fonts. I use Bodoni in, let's change it. So click on fonts up here, your different font options, and let's let it scroll. I use Bodoni for my titles, so I'm gonna search for it. Let's see if it comes up. They have, yeah, Bodoni FLF is what they use. Is it gonna work? Because this wasn't selected. Let's select it. Come on. Awesome. Sorry this is taking so much time, y'all. As you can probably tell from earlier in the month, I've been having Wi-Fi issues in my office, and that has yet to change. Okay, here we go. And I don't usually do it bold, but I do like it in italics. I do use it that way quite a bit. So you can, as you can see, this is already starting to look more on brand, and I haven't really done a whole lot to it yet. I haven't changed any of the structure of the document. My other font I use is Railway. Let's let it come up. There we go. And I do often use Railway in bold. It wants to work with me. I'm sorry, y'all. I sing to myself when I'm waiting in front of the computer, so you're just gonna have like a mini concert and weird remarks throughout this whole thing. Okay, so I'm just giving you a gist of how to change everything. So that's all been adjusted. I'm sorry, I just cannot stand the black on the blue, so I'm gonna make this white or cream, just so I don't lose my mind. So that's how you add the images in, and that's how you change the colors, change your fonts. It's all quite easy to do. If there is anything else you want to add in, as you can see, even when I click on the text tab, Canva already gives you all these just examples of text you can pull from and use. So if you add a new page and you really just want to create stuff from scratch, you totally can. Again, all you have to do is click on the object you want, and it'll pop up on the screen, which is pretty amazing. And then again, just double click inside the text to edit and change the colors. It's pretty awesome. You can also add in decorative elements. Sometimes I'll add in like little hearts or lines or boxes around images. They have all sorts of graphics to pull from. They have all your social media icons you could possibly use. Down here are frames for images and grids. So if you don't want a square image, you want your image to be a circle, I'm gonna go ahead and click on this. It's gonna pop up in just a second. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull from my uploads and I'm literally going to drag it into this box. So let's say I'm gonna pull this picture of me and I'm gonna drag it over and drop it in here. Oh my gosh, perfect. So that's how you get different shaped images. And obviously, like, you don't want it over your text, so you can resize it and you can move it and all that good stuff. It's very easy to create from scratch in Canva. So if you don't want to start with a template and you want to do it all on your own, you can literally go to File and create new design and create it all from your own specifications. It's quite easy to do. So that's a quick Canva tutorial. I really want to just give you the basic tools to design your own client guides. Make sure you include all the information we discussed. Client guides are all about educating people who want to work with you. So try and educate through them to the best of your ability, giving them a little more in-depth information than you would on your website. And then follow up with that awesome discovery call and really get to know them a little bit better and hopefully seal the deal. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and show you how to actually send these out in HoneyBook, how to attach them to your documents, and we'll take a peek at the HoneyBook brochures option as well. Okay, we'll go ahead and do that. Okay, ladies, once you've made it to HoneyBook and you've logged into your account, I want you to go ahead and go to Tools up here and then go to your library. So that's what I'm in right now, is my library, which has all of my image and documents. So if you have designed your client guide as a PDF and you want to attach it to emails you're sending through HoneyBook, all you need to do is you need to upload it through here, upload your PDF through here, and it will come out under your files. So then what's next after that to actually attach it? Very, very simple. I'm gonna pick a random project again, blah, blah, blah. Let's see, whose project am I gonna pick? We'll go back to Cynthia's because I did that last time and we've already finished hers. So I'm gonna pull up my client project just to show you our email communication section, and you'll see right away this paperclip icon comes up, which is the way to attach a document or a file. So if I click in here to send an email to Cynthia, obviously you can fill out your subject, you can use a template like we've discussed before, and it pulled up my initial template. What we're going to do is we're going to click the little paperclip and press attach, and it will give me the option to actually upload something from scratch. So if I haven't already uploaded something, I would click here and I can drag and drop a file or click to choose, or I'll just pull one from my library that I already have. So I have my print product pricing, Branding Babe pricing, and prep guide. I'm gonna attach the prep guide just for funsies. Okay, so after you've selected it, it'll show down here. You can click more than one. You can click as many documents as you need, and you can attach all of them. So once they're attached, it'll show you down here, and then literally all you need to do is click send, and those documents will be sent through to your client. Some people prefer to upload their client experience guides and pricing guides to their website and then just include a link within their email to that page. That's also a good option. But what I want to actually show you is if you decide you don't want to design something through Canva, if you just don't want to learn it, if you don't want to learn Adobe InDesign, you can actually go to Templates in HoneyBook, and they have another option for you. This is something I have not used a whole lot, but I would like to go ahead and take a peek at it with you guys today. So HoneyBook has this brochure option, and it's quite interesting. It works similarly to a PDF guide, but what's interesting about it is it actually allows clients to look through the system and kind of like click and add things to their own cart. So if there's a service they're interested in, they can actually click on it, and then it will add that into your system that is the service they want to book you for, and it'll show them how much it costs, and they can add things on, remove things, that sort of stuff. So it's kind of like a shopping cart in a way. A shopping cart meets an experience guide. I'm just waiting for whatever this storyboard HoneyBook template is to pull up. So this is really interesting. I'm going to explore it with you right now. As you can see, it has this option to add sections in here, and there's lots of different sections. So this is basically a client brief. Has some interesting little bits here. Briefs are commonly used by graphic designers, web designers, project briefs. I don't know many other genres of work that use them. But there's some testimonials here. Most of the testimonials people will see on your website and stuff. So I don't think you necessarily need to send all of these through, especially if a client's already interested in booking you. A mood board for a project. This can be good for designers. I can definitely see that. And this is exactly what I was talking about within the brochure section. So you have the experience guide, but it gives people the option to actually like select products and add things. So say you've gotten off that discovery call and you have an idea of what somebody wants to book. You can import it here, but your client can actually add things that they want themselves, which is where it gets interesting. And then you can have like next steps, how the payments work and everything and all that good stuff. I'm just going to pull up another template just so we can look over another one together. So if you love using HoneyBook and you love their system for designing things and writing things, this could be a good option for you, especially if you like the idea of your clients kind of being able to shop and pick and choose items of their own. It could be a really good option. So I'm going to look at this next template with you, and then I'll let you go ahead and decide next steps for yourself. So if you have not done something in HoneyBook before, HoneyBook will like to educate you about the process. So you will get little pop-ups here and there about how to do things. They do have lots of instructional videos and pages and all that good stuff that you can delve deeper into. But as you can see, this is kind of closer to what I was talking about as far as an experience guide goes. So it gives you a cover page and then goes into pricing and collections about a studio. There's a couple quotes thrown in, but here are some actual services that you can see. And then it's giving them brand identity guidelines and everything. So this looks like a design studio as well. But it's giving them more information about the services, kind of like I had in my pricing guide. I had all the details. So this is giving your client the details, but then it's actually giving them the price here, and then giving them the option to add new items, pick add-ons for themselves. So is quite interesting because they can check things off that they actually want to do, and then you can process it later. So it does a little bit of extra work for you. If any of y'all have tried it or use brochures regularly and you like it, I would love to hear from you about your experience, because who knows, maybe I'll start doing it myself. But in the meantime, I love using Canva. I love how quick and easy it is to access, and I'm pretty happy with my guides. So I'd love for you guys to go out and go ahead and make your own guides or brochures based on the information we discussed. Hopefully you've watched the other videos and you're already ahead in your client experience process. And I'll see you next time.